Hey guys, welcome to another video of math problem solving. This is Bharat Divyang from Divyang Academy. Last week I had posted a problem, which is to find the area of this rectangle. If you have tried it, fantastic. If not, you can pause the video here and try to solve the problem. The yellow rectangle, the area of which you need to find. How do you go about doing it? This is again another beautiful problem by Thiago Dorado, so all credit to him for designing this out. How do you go about solving this? So pause the video, go through this because I've talked about it a lot. Productive struggle is the key to learning. So go through your productive struggle, play around with it, meddle around with it, try to figure out what's the area. All right, I hope you did it and you were able to solve it. If so, fantastic. If not, let me take you through the solution. Again, my interest here is not just to tell you the answer, but to go about the process. A lot of problems in geometry require constructions. So, for instance, you know that this is basically the center of the circle. So you can basically connect this line out, and this needs to be collinear, which basically is a fancy way of saying the point here, which is the radius, the center here, which you can call as x, the O, which is already there, the center of the rectangle, and this can be B. So this is called collinearity. So if you connect the dots, the two vertices, opposite vertices of a rectangle, it has to pass through the center. And this is O. All right. So we have basically like two rectangles here, and if the diagonal of the rectangle passes through the center, then it needs to be of equal lengths. So you can say this is 4. So the length of xb now is 4 plus 4, which is 8, which is the length of xc as well, because that's the radius of the circle. So the radius of the circle is 8, and this line that connects the center of the rectangle to the edge of the circle, that is CO, is also 8. Now, just this is not enough. To find the area of the rectangle, you need its length and you need its breadth. So what we're going to do is we're going to call the breadth as 2b and the length is 2l. Now that's kind of weird, right? Why would you call it 2L and 2B? Why not L and B? The reason for that is we are going to use one of the key problem solving techniques in geometry, which is constructions. Construct things that are not given in the problem. What we're going to construct is basically a straight line from O all the way to the line XC, which is perpendicular. Now when it's perpendicular, it's going to bisect the rectangle, and therefore you're going to have two lengths, which is B and B. And similarly, if you were to draw a line here, it would bisect this line and you would have L and L. Okay, so now you would realize that, let's call this Y. So a couple of triangles you should think about. X, Y, B is a right angle triangle because it's a rectangle. The hypotenuse of which is 8, the radius of the circle, the quarter circle. One of the sides, side A or side 1, is basically the length of the rectangle, which is 2L, and side 2 is basically 2B. Whenever you see a right angle triangle, you think Pythagoras theorem, so you basically say 8 square is equal to 2L whole square plus 2b whole square, and therefore it gives you 64 is equal to 4l square plus 4b square, which means l square plus b square has to be 64 by 4, which is 16. Okay, so you have one particular calculation based on that triangle. Now let's consider the triangle COZ. That's also a right angle triangle because OZ is the altitude. And if you see that, it has a length of L or height of L and a side which is going to be 8 minus b. So I want you to focus on the triangle COZ. It's a right angle triangle again, the hypotenuse of which is 8, that's given here. The side 1 here is L, and that's the reason we consider it to be 2L, otherwise we'd be dealing with L by 2. And side 2 is 8 minus b. Now, Pythagoras theorem, apply the Pythagorean rule, which is 8 squared, the hypotenuse square, is 8 minus b whole square plus L square. Now you can expand this. It's going to be 8 squared minus 16b plus b squared plus L squared. So the 8 squared on both sides would cancel out. So we can bring 16b to this side. 16b is equal to L squared plus b squared. But guess what? L squared plus b squared is 16. So this would be 16. In other words, 16b is 16, which means b has to be 16 by 16, which is 1. So now you can publish this back. Put b equal to 1 here, and you will have L squared plus 1 is 16, which means L is square root of 16 minus 1, 15. What's the length of the rectangle? It's 2 times L times 2 times b. b is 1, so it's 2 times root 15 times 2 times 1, which is 4 root 15. So the area of the shaded yellow rectangle is 4 root 15. I hope you were able to follow the method here of going about construction using the problem solving techniques to solve more geometry problems of this nature. If you liked it, do share, like, subscribe and click on the bell icon, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.